We are live. We are live. We are live. Queens, get the money. Queens is in the building.
Oh no! Oh no! I hope his camera might have just disconnected again. There we go.
I don't know what the hell is going on with this camera. Have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. I can't call it. But if it continues to happen, just know that I'll go in and out. What's going on, guys? My name is Barry Grant Jr. That is Nicole in the middle there, Silent Assassin, and that is Tom Grand. How you doing, guys? Speak quick before I get out of it.
Pretty good. How's everyone else?
Good.
Doing good. Really pumped. Again, baseball can't get here fast enough, and I think we just have next week, right? I think it's next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Out there,
Freddie Cheek is already here. Good. Yes, technical. Absolutely. It may be one of those type shows, and I have no idea. I don't know what the hell's going on with this computer, but we'll figure it out. There we go. We got Kim in the building. Hey, we got people in here. Salute. I'm just gonna start it off. You know, we got topics to talk about, but I just want to troll a little bit. I do. I don't want to hear anybody talk about Aaron Judge being Captain America. I don't want to hear that. Okay? There's only one Captain America, and that was David Wright. Because I remember when David Wright was Captain America, he was knocking in clutch hits down the line, getting us to the semifinals. I remember all of these things. Okay? Don't call somebody who can't get no clutch hits in the postseason Captain America. Okay? I seen Aaron Judge lay an egg in the World Series. I seen him lay an egg in the World Baseball Classic. I don't want to hear it. And look, I'm not throwing shade at the guy. He's a great player, generational player. But don't call him Captain America. That's all I'm saying.
I gotta say, I was really upset because I really badly wanted Judge to come up big in the World Baseball Classic for Team USA. Like, other than USA winning, which would have been awesome, I wanted it to happen so bad. Yeah. Because I wanted everybody to get on the Judge hype train and then have him not show up in the playoffs next year. Do you know how funny that would have been? That would have been like the longest strung out joke with the best payoff in the entire world.
Right. You're talking about like a wrestling build that would be like a year
exactly.
Build?
That's like a whole build to WrestleMania. It would be like he would be the MVP of the World Baseball Classic, have an amazing another MVP season, and then just turn into a pumpkin in October. Would have just chef's kiss to a season is what that would have been.
Silent Assassin, what's your thoughts on how Team USA went out, man?
I know I said I was really excited to pay attention and watch the World Baseball Classic. I didn't really watch that much, but just because of from the beginning, I feel like they just had bad juju against them, all that kind of controversial stuff that happened. And this is really like the moment for like the Latin teams to shine because they are so passionate about their countries, and then they have to play in America where I feel like for the American players it's just like work. Where it's like, oh, like we do this every day, but the Latin teams kind of get to represent and really show off their countries and their pride in their country, which we really see from the fans, from the players, how, especially when we're talking about like the Dominican team, like how amped they were, how passionate Venezuela was when they won, waving their flags around, doing all this, while U.S. teams kind of just like, oh, we got to do it the professional way. We can't really have fun. And it's boring because now, like, in the regular season, it's like anytime a player has fun, it gets called out by some white guy on the radio.
Right.
So it's kind of like
dog it or you're ruining the game.
Yeah. So, like, I'm excited for, Venezuela to kind of be there and win because I don't think they've been to the championship or gotten, to that point before. Yeah, so it's good for them to kind of be there and show off for their country and show pride for their country. So I'm happy for it. Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing taken away from the World Baseball Classic. Just the passion that you see from other countries, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're really, there's this national pride when it comes to just representing your country, and that's great. I just think that the United States in this World Baseball Classic, it just didn't feel like everybody was bought in. Like, you got people that, yes, they like, obviously individually, you got people that are passionate. Like,
I know you might cut out. Oh, there we go. He'll be back in a minute. I agree. I do totally agree with him though. Like, it was it kind of sucked that it felt like I think towards the end the US kind of got on board. I think Skeens he was supposed to be like a one and done guy. He stayed. I think Scooble even mentioned that he wanted to stay around the team even though he didn't necessarily pitch again. Like, I feel like as it went on they kind of started to buy in, but no, from the jump Team USA did not seem as bought in as some of the other teams did, but I think they kind of deserved to get. I think they kind of did deserve to get just stomped by Venezuela, even though it really necessarily wasn't a stomping. They did kind of make it a game towards the end, but I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited that we're getting to regular season baseball. I do think, though, real quick, when Barry gets back, I think this has been like the best calendar year for baseball because the playoffs were good. The World Series was one of the best World Series we've ever seen. Well, maybe not one of the best World Series we've ever seen. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it was one of the best World Series we've had in a while. And a lot of the World Baseball Classic games, if you watched them, were really entertaining.
Yeah.
And so like this is probably the most interesting baseball's been, I feel like, in a while. So that just makes me really happy. USA might have lost, but it's been a good calendar year for baseball.
Yeah, and listen, baseball around the world has caught up. Like, I don't think America is. I'm just saying. I think that there's a lot.
Yeah,
we have a lot of talent, but the gap is not as far as people think it is.
Dude, really all the good players in Major League Baseball, outside of a few, were taken from a Latin American country or Caribbean country at the age of 16. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's where all the good players come from.
Yeah. So definitely agree with that. Armand says, in my opinion, to avoid situations like Scooble for the WBC, players heading into their walk free agent years should be able to play.
Do you mean shouldn't be able to play? Because I kind of agree with that. If you're going into a contract here, just don't let him play. You know?
Yeah, because there's just too much at risk. Too much at risk.
Yeah, and I don't like. There was a conversation of like, what should they do with the WBC? Like, should it still be before the season, or should it be like what the NHL does with the All-Star break?
Yeah, like a mid-season.
I just don't know. I just don't know if they're. I don't even know if that makes total sense because, like, hypothetically speaking, let's say the Mets are rolling, and they go into the All-Star break really hot, but it's a tight race. I don't know if I want to let Nolan McLean go pitch in the WBC. We need him for the final stretch of the season. So
I think my biggest thing is I think it's a good maybe put it after the season.
Nobody's going to watch it. Football starting.
That's the problem, right? Like, football dominates the fall.
Yeah, so you'd get so smashed by football starting, and then we're getting ready for basketball by then.
It's rough.
Basketball's probably already started by then.
Yeah, basketball starts in October, late October. So it's
and I mean, I guess you're not really going to worry about hockey, I guess, but I mean,
you're going up against a lot of stuff.
So many sports.
Yeah. So this might be just the ideal time.
This is we're in sports purgatory. Like, basketball's not at the home stretch yet. Hockey's not at the home stretch yet. This is like it's like from the end of football season to like late March was like the worst time to watch Sports Center as a kid because it was nothing. It was regular season basketball and NASCAR.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And golf.
It's definitely true. Moving on, I guess. Listen, I didn't like the shade thrown at Nolan McLean. That he pitched a bad game. He didn't pitch a bad game. Like, for you to give up 2 earned runs is not a bad game. The fact that the bats disappeared, that's the thing. If you have all of those great players and you can't, they can't score. They had how many hits that game? 3 or something like that. So
not a lot.
Come on now. Like, those are the things that makes me feel like there's this Met bias out there. Paul Skeens goes out there and puts up probably almost the same line, and Nolan McLean does it, and it's blame time. Like, I just don't like the Met bias that's out there because we heard it all last season with Juan Soto. How the fuck he wasn't an all-star it's still baffling to me.
Yeah.
Right. So Lindor had to spend years not being an all-star when he's literally top 5 in the game in regards to being a shortstop. Like, there's a Met bias, and I don't know when it's going to end, but I need it to end. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, I need it to end. Any thoughts on that before we get into our topics?
Yeah, I think like from the first outing he pitched, like I saw like a bunch of comments, particularly I think from Phillies fans, like, oh, all these Met fans are excited for this, and this guy sucks, and all this stuff. Because he didn't pitch too well. Like his first inning, his first outing, he had that kind of, I think it was the second inning, he kind of got hit around a little bit, but it's like I don't really, even if it is the World Baseball Classic, like it's serious competition. Like I still want to see how he plays in the regular season before I say anything or anything regarding him. But the Mets bias for a long time, it's just like for always little brother. Not even with the Yankees, like in New York, but just as a whole, like in the league, that the Mets are always gonna Met and all this stuff. So yeah. So I feel like that's particularly never gonna go away until like we're there to flex on them, be like, hey, we got this, we won this, and then we can kind of go from there. But yeah, I'm just excited for baseball to start.
I absolutely agree.
Chomping at the bit.
I totally agree. The thing is Barry, that do you remember when we talked when we were doing those shows after the Pete stuff, or like in the early of spring training, and you kept saying how, I'm paraphrasing, but you said something about like, I don't remember exactly how you said it, but I don't remember exactly what you said. I'm losing the words, but what I kept saying was the Mets haven't earned anything. The reason that Mets bias exists is because all Mets media, not all, a lot of Mets fans, the second the shiny new toy comes, the second there's a glimmer of expectations, you start peacocking.
Yeah.
And the Mets haven't really earned that because for most of their existence, they've been either inconsistent or bad. So all of the LOL Mets, all of the Mets like bias is only going to go away when they start winning. That's when they actually start winning. So like people won't get on Nolan McLean that much if he goes out and starts pitching to some really low ERAs and starts winning games. Lindor and Soto will get more respect once the Mets are not showing that they're going to be struggling to make the playoffs or look like they might be sellers at a deadline. So once that all goes away, we start having other, conversations, and people start hating us because, we're winning instead of just being hopeful that we're going to win.
Well, that's fair. It's fair. I mean, I'm just, I just look at, there's other teams that are.
Hey, and also really Nolan McLean, if he knows anything about the team that he plays for, he should know that giving up 2 runs and losing the game because the offense doesn't keep up, we major in that. We do that all. We do that all. Ask DeGrom. Ask Johan Santana. Johan Santana was in the dugout right across. Be like, hey, dude, what was it like when the Mets wouldn't give you any run support? Did it feel like this right now? He'd probably say yes.
Fair enough. Let's go ahead and go talk about some roster decisions that the Mets have made. Christian Scott sent down to AAA. MJ Melendez sent down to AAA. We're still waiting on Carson Bench, but all signs point to him starting with the major league club. Mm-hmm. I think there's maybe one spot up for debate in the bullpen. Any thoughts about the decisions that have been made so far?
I personally think that they have been the right decisions. Christian Scott really didn't have much time up in the major league level. He got injured, so I think just to kind of really focus on, his pitches, getting everything right, and then kind of later on in the season to kind of bring him up. Not saying that he's not ready, but it's just like he just hasn't had a lot of time. So let's just kind of focus on that and getting him back up to speed fully. Get some, minor league games in before he's just jumping right into major league action. And then we talked about the Tong situation last week. And Melendez, it was kind of whomever kind of performed the best would get that spot. And now kind of that last bench spot as well, like, or outfield, depending on bench, but that's kind of a guarantee at this point that he's going to make the team. It would be Talkman and Melendez, and then even potentially Ronnie, kind of what they do with him, because he does have a option left. But that last spot's like basically just all performance based, and Talkman out of all of them has kind of been the guy that's performed. So kind of see him obviously being on the roster as well.
Talk to him.
Yeah, it's gonna be
guy.
it's got to be a Talkman bench platoon in the outfield. It's easily
Isn't
Melendez.
that a perfect platoon though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. A guy that's been here for a while, a good like veteran, been around the league. He can hit a little bit, and he'll play an okay right field.
Knows New York.
Exactly. Been here before. We love ex-Yankees, and be able to just help ease Benj into that starting role. But Carson Benj is probably starting. They also sent down what's his name, Ryan Lambert, the reliever that we were talking about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I can understand that one though, because you can be able to kind of like, he can be somebody that you can be able to use later on in the season. Fresh arm, guy that throws gas. That's some.
He's gonna eat like a whole bunch of eggs in the offseason.
Yo, man, I'm gonna have to talk fast. Definitely can be able to use him in the back end of the season, just because you want some fresh arms, young guys that could be able to kind of help you get over the hump, kind of like what the Blue Jays did last season, in regards to they had a lot of young arms help them, especially through the postseason.
Oh, totally. And I mean, again, we were talking about bullpen positions. I would not be shocked if later on in the season we see Christian Scott come up and pitch out of the bullpen, simply because guys coming back from Tommy John surgery, maybe they just want to get him some innings just to, get him back into the big leagues. And there might not be a spot in the rotation for him, but I mean, we've seen plenty of starters start out in the bullpen and then come to the rotation. I'm pretty sure we've said that before, but so I won't be shocked if we see that too. I mean, also let Ryan Lambert, let him develop a little bit. We got a lot of pitching up here, and if he's needed, he'll be needed. But it's good that he has, he still has all those options left. Melendez made sense to just send him down because, Barry, like you've been saying for weeks, he's got options. Don't let him go. Just let him go down. Talkman was, I think he had an opt out if they decided to send him down. So he's probably not staying if they decide to send him to AAA. So
same thing with
all makes sense.
Who else has an opt out? What's the pitcher?
The pitcher.
Kimbrel.
Kimbrel also has an opt out. So if he doesn't make the team, he's gone.
Yeah, he'll be selling cars somewhere at the after that.
somebody will pick him up. Come on, Tom.
He's old, man. I'm just saying he's old. I'm not expecting a lot out of Craig Kimbrel.
He hasn't pitched bad in spring though. He's been a little up and down, but he's a guy that you can be able to use on occasion. Don't wear him out, but you can be able to definitely use him in the bullpen. I think he gets the last spot. I don't see Kimbrel not making this team.
No, and I'm totally fine with that because the guy's got he's a vet. I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think he'll definitely be a Hall of Famer, and just it's a good person for some of the young guys to learn from. So stick him in the bullpen and bring him in every once in a while. Let's get some saves against the Braves. I think that'd be fun. Let's get some big saves against the Braves. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
Let's just say F it. We're just gonna bring Craig Kimbrel in and he's gonna close this game out. No, you know what? I retract that statement. I don't want Craig Kimbrel closing any games. I want it to be Devin Williams.
He may end up being a double agent. You put Craig Kimbrel out there against the Braves, he'll just I don't know what happened. It's just down,
I don't know.
Down
I
the
fell
middle.
under the spell of Atlanta.
What happened? It slipped. We don't trust you. Okay, we don't trust you.
Yeah,
we'll use you in the fifth.
Yeah. He'll be the guy that they bring in when they're getting shelled to be like, dude, just please get us out of the inning.
Right.
Please just get us out of here.
Right. 100%. 100%. Any other comments in regards to send downs? Silent Sass, you had anything?
I think that was it. I don't know how many more cuts is gonna happen between now and next week.
Yeah.
I don't know how many spots are left. But yeah, I think going into it, I'm very, very excited to see what this team does. the options that we do have are all very exciting to me. And I'm really excited to see Carson Bench get that spot, even though Stearns is still kind of keeping low on that, even though we all know what's gonna happen. But it's nice to see like a new, because we haven't had this since 2019 with Pete Alonso kind of getting that really big prospect on opening day. So it's gonna be exciting to kind of see that all kind of unfold again.
Plus, he got swag too. He reminds me of he's the white version of Cespedes.
Okay.
he got like 19 chains on.
Yeah.
I like the kid, man. I like him. There's a humbleness about him, but you can tell that there's some swag in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just like, it would be the biggest heel turn out of David Stearns if like the final cuts before we break camp is Carson Bench getting sent down. Like that would be the biggest like F you to Met fans in the entire world. That'd be so, but they call him up like a week later. That'd be so funny.
I'm telling you, that's what probably would happen. Like, remember I mentioned the Chris Bryant thing. That's what they did to Chris Bryant. He tore it up in spring training, sent him down, and then called him up like 2 weeks later and was one of the best players in baseball.
The kid's hitting like 400.
Yeah.
Like he's gotta make the team. If you don't want to start him on opening day, that's fine. Just let him be there. Let him be at opening day.
Yeah, on the roster. Yeah.
On the roster.
He should be playing. To be fair, he should be playing. But if he can't, just start Talkman and just put him on the bench.
Because like, what can you say to him? It's like, I'm giving you everything. What do you mean I'm not ready for the team?
Yeah, well, I mean,
like,
I'm sure that they could. Look, I'm sure that it's. I do know that it's baseball, and all these teams love to manipulate the whole like service time thing.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that like, if they said that they were sending him down, he knows that shortly after that he's coming back up.
Because I remember that was like a big conversation with Pete. Everyone's kind of like, how are you gonna not start this guy on opening day? And they're like, oh, we can get a whole another year if we wait the time. And everyone's like, no, like we want to see him now. We don't care about the service time.
But that's why, but that's why I think it's gonna be just like a Pete situation where like they might want to send him down, but he's gonna play his way onto the team. He looks way too good to not make the team.
Yeah. So
there he is.
We'll see.
There's an update on your computer. Does that affect things?
Yes, it does.
So that's probably what it is. Just tell me, go update your computer, old man. I will not. Now I'm gonna fight it. I'm not gonna update nothing. All right. All right. Moving on. Concerns about Sean Manaea. I have a lot of them.
Oh yeah,
I have a lot of them. Let me go ahead and go count the ways. Right. Floating bodies still in the elbow. Don't like it. Your up and down performance in regards to your pitching. I think the last outing, he didn't give up any runs. I think he gave up like 4 hits. Look good, right? But here's the problem. You're throwing 89 miles an hour. This is not 1997. If you're throwing 89 miles per hour, you are going to get hit around badly. So he's not concerned about the velocity. I am, because we've seen this before. We talked about the whole velocity thing with Diaz last year, that he was a couple of ticks down. And then as the season went on, he was right back to being Edwin Diaz. But here's the difference. Edwin Diaz doesn't have floating bodies around his elbow, right? So it concerns me that our medical staff never deemed it necessary for him to have surgery to just remove those things. Right? Like, he battled injury the whole season. Why not remove it so you don't even have that as an issue coming into spring training? That concerns me. Now you're having velocity issues. This is now 2 years. This is concerning. If he starts off bad, there's a very good chance that he's a thought of a DFA. I'm not saying they're going to do it, but there might be some conversations where they're going to be like, I don't know what we're going to be able to get out of him. Even on a piggyback situation, if he's throwing 89 miles per hour, you might as well just go somewhere else.
It's like in this day and age where it's like swing and miss era, like you need strikeouts. You can't be throwing less than 90 miles per hour. Like you need to be throwing at least, mid. You can get away with like a 93. but you need to hit at least like mid-90s to even be really competitive. I know obviously there's some guys that kind of get away with it, but their stuff is just too crazy where it just moves or whatever. They're just getting ground balls, whatever the case may be. They're able to get out of it. But especially too, like with the money that Manaea's making is with like 25 million a year. Like, do you
Yeah.
think that they take some serious concern of like, we're giving you a lot of money, like we want to figure out your issues and get it fixed, or like you're just walked out the door? You know, he had a really good season for us, 2024, and like I was telling you, I feel like his contract was pretty fan heavy, like fan base heavy, like where Stearns kind of gave out that just for the fans' sake
Yeah.
and to kind of run it back. But obviously that magic was all gone. Yeah, because, you know, after that 24 season, obviously last year he was hurt and then he was just horrible when he came back. So we'll have to obviously figure that out as soon as possible because we can't afford to be like, I would say like it's always a game for the Mets and for any, like you don't want to lose like any game, but so to risk that, you know, you gotta really kind of take like see what the issue is early on and figure it out. Don't wait it out. You know, so they
Yeah.
need to really kind of take concern with that.
Tom?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be more concerned if we're really relying on Sean Manaea, because I think he's going to end up being the 5th or 6th starter. They might, you know, maybe they'll still do the piggyback situation. I feel like I still want to hold on to, like, you don't have to be a flamethrower. Like if you can command the zone. Like I don't think Quintana was very much of a flamethrower when he was here.
Yeah, but he do low 90s.
Like at 90 miles an hour is low 90, isn't it?
Yeah, low 90. We're talking about 91, 92.
You know, like I am nervous about Sean Manaea just because he did not look. He was injury prone a lot last year. He did not look good. I have to imagine though the floating bodies in his elbow thing, with how the Mets handled Lindor, how the Mets handled how the Mets have continued to handle their injuries. If it was that big an issue and really going to save Sean Manaea's season or help salvage the rest of his career, I feel like they would have made that move, especially with the Mets pitching situation now, where it seems like they have a lot of guys that they could just slide into the back of the rotation. It might just be Sean Manaea is just getting older and isn't that pitcher that he used to be. You know, even I don't even necessarily know if we should be thinking back to what Manaea used to be, because he was okay. He's always been okay. He hasn't been amazing outside of the 2024 season when it looked like he figured it out and kind of changed his delivery a little bit. So, yeah, I'm nervous that he can't really blow guys away or throw mid-90s, but, you know, I think it's totally possible that Sean Manaea, maybe if he doesn't get DFA'd, gets moved to the bullpen because he just doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah,
he's just gonna have to learn how to really pitch. He's gonna have to learn how to pitch, not blow guys away. You're gonna have to learn. He's gonna have to figure out how to just pitch.
Do you guys think that has anything to do with the very unique arm angle that he has? Because remember, he learned that they kind of reworked his arm.
Wasn't he trying to mimic Chris Sale?
Something like that.
It's like he throws from the other side of the mound or whatever it is.
Yeah, he kind of throws across his body. Right?
I mean, it could be. It could be. I don't know if I don't think before he started doing that if he's ever had injuries like this. But again, I mean, throughout his career, Sean Manaea has been just an okay pitcher. Like Sean Manaea, like in a perfect world, you don't want Sean Manaea being your ace. You don't want Sean. I don't even necessarily know if you want Sean Manaea being your 2 starter. You probably want him being 3, 4, or 5 is probably where you'd want him to be, especially at this point in his career. And that's where he's going to be. And if he's not up to snuff, like I'm not relying on Sean Manaea. If he doesn't have it, okay, bullpen, or you're probably going to get DFA'd.
Right.
You know, like I'm not, if this was last year when it's like, hey, Sean Manaea coming off of a really good year last year, we're kind of going to need you this year, then I'd be concerned. We don't have that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm concerned. I don't give a damn. If you're 5, 6, or 8, if you pitching for us and you got something going on, you need to figure it out. All right, because all the crap that I heard about Senga last year, I don't like it. Okay, I didn't like that, and I'm not giving Sean Manaea no damn pass.
Senga looks good this year.
They killed Senga last season. I want the same energy for Sean Manaea, just because he's a nice guy and he's a good teammate, and people like, no. We paid you to pitch. We didn't pay you to have pom-poms in your hand and be the nice teammate in the clubhouse. We need you to get strikeouts and get outs. That's what we want. So if you're not doing that, then you can go be a cheerleader somewhere else. Mars is calling you, just like
even if he doesn't get strikeouts, if he can just get productive outs, like they're gonna have a really athletic. They're gonna have a really athletic team. That's gonna cover a lot of ground in the outfield. It's gonna cover, the infield should be fine.
Yeah,
if he's got to get outs by putting the ball in play, you get outs by putting the ball in play. I'm sure Manaea understands that he's not going to be blowing guys away.
Yeah.
So again, he's the 5th or 6th starter. I'm really worried about what David Peterson is going to look like. I'm worried about what Kodai is going to look like. And I'm sure McLean's going to be fine, but I'm worried about him in his second year. So that's what I'm worried about. Sean Manaea, he's like, if he figures it out a little bit, that's house money.
It's a make or break year for Mr. Peterson as well. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
A lot riding on him. So we'll see what happens. I think he's definitely going to be a trade candidate come deadline.
Oh, we're contending. We're contending.
It doesn't. They'll trade his ass off because we got other people that we got to deal with. Listen, Tom, you came up with this fun. I wouldn't call it a game, but it's more about a comparison of all the teams in the NL East. I like it. Is our rotation and our lineup better than all the other teams in the NL East? What are your thoughts about that before we go ahead and go into these graphics?
I'm sorry, Nicole. Were you about to go?
No, you go.
Oh, okay, sorry. I would just say that I think I'm gonna try to be, when we go through the graphics, I'm gonna try to just be objective and not be not be like glass half full, like always rose-colored glasses for the Mets. I'm gonna try to be honest about it. But I was looking at it when I was putting them together, and I'm like, there's really only one team that kind of sort of scares me.
Yeah.
The Marlins, sure. There were a lot of guys. I was filling out that list. I was like, wow, I feel like I didn't pay attention to the Marlins at all last year. I don't know half these players. The Nationals are gonna national. And the Braves, we're gonna get to it. The Braves do you know who the Braves DH is? At least this is one of the projected lineups that I found. I forgot what website was it. I think it was RotoWire. But projected Braves DH. Do you want to wait to get to the graphic, or do you want to take a guess?
Get to the graphic.
Okay, it'll shock you that the Braves are going to rely on this person to be their DH. It's the Philly. The Phillies are still kind of scary.
All right, let's get to it. Let's see. Let's see what team we have first. Let's see. Oops, wrong graphic. Here we go. No.
It's like the Brady Bunch.
There we go. Okay, so what we have first is we have the Braves.
Oh, I forgot that. Side with the Braves.
Oh, is it Dominic Smith?
It's Dominic Smith.
Are you serious?
Swear to God, he signed with the Braves.
Fucking kill us.
You think?
Yeah, because that's what happens.
He didn't kill. Oh well, it's because he went to the Braves. He's gonna be drinking the water down in Atlanta.
He's gonna end up being Travis d'Arnaud all over again.
Because he didn't do it when he was with the Nationals.
No. Why is he sticking around the NL East? Like he's trying to stick it to us. I don't like that.
It's his home. But look, so for the Mets at least, 1 and 2 is I feel like 1 is a push. Francisco Lindor, Ronald Acuna Jr. I feel like that's a push. That's probably, I would say that's pretty even. Juan Soto against Drake Baldwin. Juan Soto,
100%.
Not even. Bo Bichette and Matt Olson. See that here's where I have an issue. But Matt Olson had a really down year last year. Was really good the year before. I think Bo Bichette's a better career hitter than Matt Olson is, so I kind of want to give it to Bo Bichette, but I think Matt Olson has a shot to hit more home runs.
Bo Bichette is a better contact hitter. Better average, but obviously Matt Olson's a power guy, and being in the 3-hole, they're definitely going to. If obviously this is projected. If he stays in the 3-hole or they move him to the cleanup, that's a high RBI spot. So that's where you put your guys that can be able to drive and run. So and Matt Olson has been doing that since he's been a Brave. So he's definitely going to. I would give the edge to Matt Olson just because, he's just a natural run producer. You know what I mean? Obviously, Bo Bichette is a master with runners in scoring position, but I would give the slight edge to Matt Olson, in my opinion.
I agree with you.
Nicole, what do you think?
Yeah, I feel like just like because I feel like Matt Olson's one of the most underrated players too. Like I know like he did have a down year last year, but his previous seasons, like he's crazy good, and he did like finish some, close in MVP voting. But yeah, I would agree. Just like looking at it for the value player, like, and for the team as well. I think Matt Olson is very valuable to the Braves.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely going to give Austin Riley the nod here.
Mhm.
Yeah, over Polanco, 100%. Yeah, Austin Riley's a masher. He's a good third baseman too, and
kills us.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, absolutely kills. It's like Chipper all over again.
100%.
Except I think Chipper's better. But Jorge Polanco is a streaky hitter. So
yeah, Jorge Polanco is also a good hitter and with runners in scoring position as well. So having this potentially for us 3-4 is pretty good. 5 Marcus Semien against Mike Yastrzemski. Give me Marcus. Give me Marcus.
Yeah, I think
Mike has been really solid in his career as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I don't remember. I know it was a while ago. Marcus Semien still at one point in time did get MVP votes. I know that was a while ago. I understand that, but everybody had offensive issues down in Texas. It wasn't just him. So I'm going to give it to him. I would agree with you. I'm going to give it to him over Mike Yastrzemski because I don't think Yastrzemski's ever been in that conversation.
What do you think, Nicola Pose, or are you going the other way?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Marcus. I have really high hopes he's going to have kind of a bounce back year. And, I cannot say his name. I'm just going to skip over it. When he was on the Giants, right? He was pretty like, he was good, but he's nothing like extra special. He's
an average baseball player. He's an average baseball player.
So I'm going with Semien on this one.
Let's see. Brett Beatty against Ozzie Albies. Give me Ozzie.
Yeah, I agree with you. Caveat though, Ozzie's got to stay healthy.
It's very true. When Ozzie's a great player, but he has to stay healthy.
Yeah, I think just career-wise too, like Ozzie's has some pretty solid seasons, and he's like a hitter that just always like you hate to see come up against the Mets because he's always doing something. Yeah. So I'll go with the Albies on this one too.
Keeping a tally here, it's not looking really good right now.
Francisco Alvarez against Michael Harris. Yeah, give me El Troll. I'll take the Troll over Michael Harris. I think Michael Harris is a good player. But we're talking about production in the 7th hole.
Oh man, I really want to hear how he's going to talk me out of this.
I think Alvarez is going to produce a lot more out of the 7th hole than Michael Harris will out of the 7th hole. That's where I'm giving Alvarez the nod.
You see, I want to agree with you so bad. I just feel like consistently we've seen more out of Michael Harris with the bat than we have out of Francisco Alvarez. Like yes, in a perfect world, I'm hoping that you're right, and I'm hoping that that Francisco Alvarez can be a better run producer, especially at that position than Michael Harris is. I don't know if I've seen it enough. I don't know if I've seen Alvarez stay healthy enough. I don't know if I've seen him hit consistently enough. Like I really feel like I might have to give it to Michael Harris.
It's fair. I don't even think you have to kind of rack your brain about it too much. It's a fair assessment.
Okay, so real quick recap. We're saying push on Lindor and Acuna.
Yes.
Push. Okay, Soto over Drake Baldwin. So that's one. Matt Olson over Bo. That's one for the Braves. Austin Riley over Polanco. Two for the Mets with Marcus Semien. 3 for the Braves with Ozzie. 4 for the Braves with Michael. Are we going to give it to Michael Harris?
Yeah. Well, what does Nicole say? Nicole gives a nod to Harris?
Yeah, I was going to agree with Tom. Just consistent-wise and what we've seen, like, career-wise is Michael Harris has shown a lot more than Alvarez, even though I obviously want Alvarez to kind of pop off, but just looking at it now, I think Harris has the edge.
So that goes to the Braves.
Yeah, I hate Michael Harris too because he just like the way he's not as good as Andrew Jones, but he plays a damn good. He plays a damn good center field.
And the Braves are robbing him blind, paying him like $6 for the next 10 years. It's insane. Luis Robert, give me Luis Robert. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is absolutely
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Luis Robert versus Dominic Smith. Look, I still love Dom. I was one of the people back in the day that was saying, I don't want to call up Pete Alonso. I want to give Dominic Smith a chance.
Yeah.
So I love Dom Smith. I remember when they first drafted him, and one of the comps to him, one of the analysts said that he's supposedly the best bat to come out of California since Darryl Strawberry. Not true, but did love me some Dom Smith, but no, I'm going to take Luis Robert playing on a real team over him.
Carson Benz or Mauricio Dubon.
You see, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
So.
Marcio,
No
I think
opinion.
he was a guy. I know he was on the Astros. He's moved around a bit. He's an average player. So if you're putting an average player against a rookie, you always have to give the nod to the history, right? You got to give the nod to the average player just because there's a track record there. So I will give the nod to Dubon just because he's shown something at the major league level. We haven't seen anything from Carson Benz yet.
Oh my God. I see what makes this really painful is I'm staring at the tally currently and it's 4-4.
Well, we still got the rotation. So
we do still got the rotation. I'm just saying it's 4-4 and I'm about to put a line that says the Braves lineup is better than the Mets lineup right now.
it might be slightly better right now, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be like that.
No, I know. No, I know, but you see, like I'm willing to agree with you that I'm gonna go. It's smart to go with the guy that has a track record. I just don't know if it's a big enough or more consistent enough track record for me to confidently say that he's going to be better than Carson Benz, even all while knowing we don't know what Carson Benz is going to be at the major league level.
Okay, so you're going to.
I'm saying Benz. I'm saying right. I'm going to lean Benz. I think the numbers are for real. I think he's going to be a star here. I really feel like I know we can't really always trust spring training numbers, but hitting like 400 in spring training can't mean nothing.
Let's see what the silent assassin says. She's the tiebreaker here.
I mean, we can't go out and say that the Braves are going to have a type of season that they had last year. That was just ridiculous and like injury ridden.
Yeah.
So I think they're obviously definitely going to be a lot better and more competitive than they were last year. As a whole. And then I'm going to side with Mr. Barry on this one. Just because you don't know. I feel like
of course I agree.
Yeah, I think that just the experience wise, we've seen him be at a major league level, so I'm just gonna give him the edge.
Yeah, like I said, and it's a slight nod. It's not like it's a runaway. It's like by mid-April that probably will change.
Mauricio, I honestly to God, until I saw that name, I had no. Oh. Okay. Does it change your mind if he's a career 247 hitter with a 278? Oh no, that's not OPS. With a 331 slugging? Like it's a lot of blue on his baseball savant page.
He's a guy that's moved around a lot. He's not a
He's 31.
Yeah, he's not. He's an average to below average. Fill-in type of guy, a platoon guy. But the fact that there is some history here, you have to give him the slight nod. That's all I'm saying.
I guess. I was like I said, I was going to try to be objective and not let my homerism bleed through.
You're the one that's not being.
I'm not being in that moment. I'm not being objective. Because I guess it's because of the fact that not to dump on him, but Dubon is who he is. Like you said, a guy that's bounced around the league. He's a platoon player, a bench player, and we're expecting much more from Carson Benz.
Right.
My mind immediately goes, no, F this guy. I mean, Benz would probably, if he was on the Mets, if Marcus Dubon was on the Mets right now, Benz is taking his spot.
Yes.
That's where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like and
probably the same thing for the Braves. If they had a young prospect, he probably wouldn't be there.
If Carson Benz was on the Braves, he'd be batting ninth. Yeah. And it would not be, we'd have Dubon. That's what would happen. And back in the day, in Wilpon days, Benz would be on the Braves and we would have Dubon.
Yeah, we'd pay probably Dubon $30 million.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So All right, so that's 5 for the Braves, 4 for the Mets.
All right, so this one here, Peralta and Chris Sale. Chris Sale.
Damn it.
Sorry.
No, I understand.
I mean, I would love to be objective here, but come on, dude. Chris Sale. It's Chris
Yeah,
Sale.
no, I agree.
I'm going with Peralta on this one. I don't know. I feel like he finally got his Cy Young. He's old. He can go off into the sunset and retire.
He is
like
old as
I'm
dirt,
over
though.
Chris
He
Sale.
He's old as dirt, but he's still good. Still pretty good.
Yeah.
Still really good. I don't know if he's as injury prone as he used to be, but no, I mean, if we're gonna sit here and talk about how Dubon, his numbers are enough to put him over Carson Benz right now, to be objective, we can't. We gotta just say it's Chris Sale on this one. We gotta grit our teeth and just say it's Chris Sale, even though Freddie's good. Freddie did get
really good, but
he did get Cy Young nods last year, so. But it's Chris Sale. The dude's probably going to be a Hall of Famer, I think.
Nolan McLean, Spencer Strider. This is a good one. I think both guys super talented. But again, there's a track record there for Spencer Strider, right? Like we understand how talented this guy is. He's dominated a full calendar season with the Braves at one point. So you have to give the nod here to Spencer Strider, just because, you know, we've seen it on a consistent level for this damn team.
Yeah. Yeah, this hurts so much. Like, honestly, when I was making these yesterday, I really was. I until right now, I was not afraid of the Braves. I really wasn't. I was looking at this lineup and I was like, all right, we can handle this. I'm not, I think we got this. And this tally is telling me differently, apparently. I have no idea what the hell's happening right now.
It's starting to run away from us.
It's starting to hurt a little bit. But no, I in a perfect world, I think Nolan McLean can be better than Spencer Strider, or can at least compete with Spencer Strider. It is going to have to be him because the guy's been here, done that. He was hurt last year, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's see how he bounces back from injury. But yeah, no, I mean, the Braves definitely have at the top of their rotation more experience and more like sure things than the Mets do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree on that. Spencer Strider takes the edge. But
now here's where it gets, this is probably where it gets a little interesting.
This is where it gets interesting because Reynaldo Lopez didn't pitch last year, but the year before pitched to a 1.99 ERA.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah, he
1.99 ERA in 26 starts. So, if we're going off of his 2024 numbers, what did David Peterson pitch to last year? 4.22 ERA, 9-6. This, I might not be leaning one way or another here. This might be a push. This feels like a push to me.
If we're leaning, I think the only push I'm gonna be okay with is the Francisco Lindor and Ronald Acuna one, because I'm just not. If we're talking David Peterson and Ronaldo Lopez, like you said, did not pitch last year. David Peterson was at one point in time consistency for the Mets.
He was an all-star first half of the season.
First half of the season, dude was an all-star. His arm fell off because he was the only guy that was able to give the Mets any kind of length, so they had to just pull that out of him. David Peterson's going to be the 3 starter. I think he's going to have a really good year being able to pitch behind Freddie Peralta and Nolan McLean. Hopefully this team is going to provide him a little more offense, so he might not have to go 7 because they have a big lead and they could throw somebody in from the bullpen. I'm going to lean David Peterson on this one. I'm
going Peterson.
I'm going Peterson.
I'm gonna wait until Silent Assassin gives her assessment, and then I'll go back in and give a final vote. I don't want to do the push thing. I'll give an answer.
Yeah, I was gonna agree with Peterson. I feel like with Lopez, he had a really, really great first year, but last year, he was out with injury. And David Peterson, like even years prior, like he definitely had some some seasons where like, okay, like we're getting something out of this guy. And obviously other times where he kind of really struggled. But I think if he could just bring any sort of consistency, I agree with Tom that the lineup can kind of push him over the edge and, you know, help him out there. So I'm agreeing with David Peterson on this one.
I am going to say, give me Lopez. Give me Lopez because you know what it is with David Peterson. Can't trust him. Can't trust him. He's a every other year pitcher. And I don't know if you're going to count 2025 as a good year or it's an off year and then he's going to have a good year this year, right? So you gotta, this is the thing that concerns me, right? He had 2 halves last season where he looked like a damn stud and then he looked like he couldn't even pitch in single A, right? So that's the concern for me. Ronaldo Lopez, he's had a track record of being very solid. He's not an ace. He's not a number 2. He's somewhere 3, 4, 5 guy, right? And if you can be able to get talent like that at the lower end of your rotation, you're in pretty good shape. So I'm giving the edge to Lopez, but it's still 2-1, so it goes to Peterson.
We're going to Peterson. Thank God, because I can put a 5 now. Mets are down by 2 to the
Clay
Braves.
Holmes and Grant Holmes. The Holmes. Give me Clay. Give me Clay. I think Clay has better stuff. You know, better spin rate, better everything outside of just being able to go deep in the games. But if you're calling Clay Holmes your 4th starter, I think that's pretty good. Yeah. I think that's pretty damn good. So give me Clay Holmes because what I've seen out of him with the WBC, I've been very impressed with him because he just looks a lot more comfortable, you know, with like a full calendar year of actually stretching himself out. That gives me a little confidence when it comes to Clay Holmes.
No, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I thought Clay Holmes. I feel like he got better as the season went on in the starting rotation. Maybe I could be remembering that wrong, but I feel like as the season went on, Clay Holmes just seemed like he was finally settling into the whole starter thing. He
had some arm fatigue in the second half, but he tried to battle through it. But they didn't want him to go completely, you know, trying to battle through it too much. But there was a point where he did get dead arm. Like he did get dead arm at some point.
Well, now he's made it through. I mean, I guess glass half fulling it. He's made it through a full season as a starter. Knows now, kind of has an understanding of how to prepare as a starter. And I'm gonna give the edge to him. Going into this year, 32. Grant Holmes is younger, but I mean the numbers aren't that far off from each other. So I mean, again, we might have another push scenario, kind of, but no, I'm going to take Clay Holmes. I'm going to take Clay Holmes on this one. I think if anything, the difference is negligible, and I'm going to go Homer and take Clay Holmes.
We got a comment here. So, what's up, Barry and the Queens Get the Money Mets podcast crew? I'm liking the name. I'm not sure if y'all touched on Carson Benz yet. Would you rather have him work on his development or earn a job? Shouts to G Money Stacks. Yeah, definitely. We want him to start. We talked about it already. We definitely want him to start with the big club. Even if he doesn't start in right field, I think it's good for him to just be a part of the ball club, to be able to get that advice and that knowledge from guys like Talkman and Soto and all these other players. And I think it's going to be able to help his development. Absolutely. Keep up the good work. Already subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Salute. Got another comment here from Metropolitan Report. Shouts to Alfred. Clay Holmes' problem was that he was a closer in previous seasons, and they put him in a full starter workload instead of a pitch count. He needs to acclimate. I think he's acclimated already, Alfred. I think giving him a full year, you're going to see a maturation process in regards to what he's going to be able to do. So I have every confidence in the world that he's going to be all right. And Alfred says, I think if Lindor is ready, if you can carry both Talkman and Benj and scrap Brujan. I like Brujan, but yeah, I don't know what his are they gonna cut him, or does he have any options left? I'm not sure about Brujan. Moving on. So who we got next? We got Kodai Senga against Bryce Elder. Ooh, ooh.
I'm taking Senga, dude. I understand Senga's got his faults. I understand he didn't have a great year last year. If you look at the numbers, at least I'm looking at it on Baseball Savant. Kodai Senga, when healthy, is the better pitcher.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So again, when healthy is important because Senga hasn't really been healthy a lot in his Mets tenure.
Yeah.
But I like what I'm seeing I'm liking what I'm seeing out of him in spring training. And like we've said so many times, this is a put up or shut up year for Kodai Senga. And I'm hoping that he heard all of those trade talk rumors and realizes, okay, I was almost out of here. So now it's time to actually show what I can do. I'm the guy that we thought you guys thought I was. So I'm giving it to Senga.
Yeah, I agree. I'm giving it to Senga as well, just because the talent is there. It's definitely if he stays healthy, we're looking at Senga can be able to be a sub-3 ERA guy, or even if he pitches to a 3.5 ERA, I think that's money coming from a guy that's struggled with his durability over the last couple of seasons. So the thing is, if he can get it going, I think the Mets rotation can be very, very dangerous because you're not expecting him to be ace level. And if you can get an ace level performance out of a guy that's in your 3, 4, or 5 hole in regards to your rotation, you're set up for success, huge success, where you can be able to break a lot of losing streaks because you have guys like that at the back end of your rotation. Mm-hmm. So what's the tally?
So we're giving that one to the Mets and Senga. It looks like because of the push with Lindor and Acuna, I think we have a tie.
Really? So do we have to go back to that and give an answer? Because where I'm leaning, and I love Lindor. Listen, I can't. If we're gonna be unbiased, I have to give it to Ronald Acuna. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. He's a better player. He's a better player.
Oh man, that hurts. Yeah, I mean you're probably right.
Yeah, he's the better player.
Man, Acuna's won an MVP, right?
Yes. We got another question here. Do you think the New York Mets should carry an extra shortstop even though Lindor is feeling better?
Ronnie.
I think Mauricio is going to be that guy just to be able to spare Lindor a couple of days. I know he hates to take days off, but it might be beneficial for him to be able to take some days off just to be able to just kind of rest up and heal up a lot better. So yeah, I think Mauricio will be that guy to be able to step in when we need to be able to cover shortstop. Absolutely. All right. So we are done with the So the Braves win this one, obviously, right?
Braves win this one.
All righty. So we're going to the next slide. Boom. We are going to those nasty.
I liked where he was going.
Good.
I liked where he was going.
Phillies. Okay. So let's go ahead and start it off. Francisco Lindor against Trey Turner. Give me Lindor.
Yes. Yeah. We can agree there.
Yep. Number 2 hole, Juan Soto, Kyle Schwarber. Soto.
Okay, so here's the thing. I agree with you. I do think it's a little closer than we're making it right now because Kyle Schwarber.
Wow.
Because Kyle Schwarber all he does is hit meaningful home runs.
So does Soto.
Absolutely. I'm just saying Kyle Schwarber's really, really damn good. He's not even
if it's universal across the board that we're picking Soto. I mean, it doesn't have to be by much. It's by much for me because I just think that Soto is a generational player.
I agree.
I don't think Kyle Schwarber is. I think Kyle Schwarber is probably one of the best power hitters we've seen in the last decade. Yeah. But in regards to all around, there's nobody better than
I agree. No, I agree. Yeah. I agree. So Soto. So that's 2 out of the gate for the Mets.
So Bo Bichette versus Bryce Harper. I love that bad man, Bryce Harper. Give me Bryce.
Bryce Harper, 100%.
Can't go, man.
Can't say anything else.
I still have dreams of having Bryce Harper say, you know what? I'd like to be traded to New York. I'd like to go to the Mets.
Yeah, if he wanted to go to the Yankees.
Yeah, he wanted to be a Yankee. And it's so crazy how they didn't even want to sign him. That's just weird.
No,
it's very
crazy.
weird.
Yeah, well, George was rolling in his grave.
He definitely was. Polanco versus Alec Bohm.
Polanco. I hate Alec Bohm too. Polanco's got better slugging. I mean, like the only thing
Can somebody pull up the numbers, please? I want to see the comparison.
I got it right here. The only thing that Alec Bohm has on Jorge Polanco is career batting average because he was a 275 hitter.
Yeah.
So I wish I could just share it with you, but I have it on Baseball Savant right here. Bat speed, Jorge Polanco's got him beat.
Okay.
Barrel percentage, Jorge Polanco's got him beat. Slugging, Jorge's got him beat. I mean, I don't see much that Bohm does better than Jorge Polanco outside of maybe a position, but we're talking about a lineup here. I think Jorge Polanco is going to be more productive for the Mets than Alec Bohm is for the Phillies.
Yes. So we're all in agreement. We're giving the nod to Polanco.
Yeah. I'm with it.
I'm okay with that. Semien versus Brandon Marsh.
Didn't Marsh get sent down last year or something? He didn't have a great year last year.
I think you were correct on that
Struggle
one.
a little bit, yeah. But you, if you're playing to the back of the baseball card, I think he has a chance to be able to bounce back, right? Mark, I think both players are kind of in that bounce back situation, right? We want to, Marcus Semien won a Gold Glove, obviously, but offensively he wasn't great. So this might be one of those push situations, honestly.
Honestly, I think if we're going based on recency, I feel like you almost have to give it to Brandon Marsh.
Okay.
Just because of batting average, slugging, exit velo. I mean, that all goes to Brandon Marsh. I'm on his Baseball Savant page. I'm seeing a lot of red, and I'm seeing mostly blue on Marcus Semien. But again, I mean, that's because he had a really down year last. I think he had a down last 2 years.
Yeah.
So, I think to be objective and be fair, you might have to give it to Brandon Marsh right now.
What do you think, Nicole?
I guess just based on analytics, which I don't want to get involved with, but I guess we'll give it to him.
Okay, so we're still up 3-2.
We are still up 3-2. Brandon Marsh also gets on base more than Marcus Semien does,
right?
Which really freaking matters. Which is something that Juan Soto has over Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
So
this is interesting. Beatty against Adolis Garcia. Who are we giving the nod to here?
This is
just like power itself. I'm going with Garcia. They just have like a sure thing, I guess. Like what power wise, that's
right. We kind of
he had and if we're giving Semien the same respect in regards to just having a down year because they were all on the same team last season, right? Like Garcia hit 19 home runs and drove in 75. This is a guy that has been averaging at least 27 home runs over the last 3 seasons prior to that. So this is a guy that has tremendous power, drives and runs. You got to give it to Garcia here because Brett Beatty has only 1 year.
No, I agree with what he's saying.
He put it together. So I'm gonna give the nod to Garcia here, my opinion.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with you, especially since we just haven't seen Beatty do it consistently enough yet. I mean, again, this is all just where we're at in the moment, like comparing it to what we saw last year and what we've seen in the couple previous years. So I think you have to give it to Adolis Garcia.
Yeah. Nicole, you agree?
Yeah, Garcia.
All righty. Now we are going to El Troll versus Bryson Stott. I like Bryson Stott.
I do too. I'm
going to give it to Stott. Sorry. The more consistency.
Yeah, you're right. Unfortunately, you're right.
We're gonna be unbiased. We gotta give it to Stott.
Yeah,
sadly.
Unfortunately, hopefully Alvarez. Again, they're gonna need him to be. Hopefully Alvarez can prove a lot of us wrong on that one. But no, again, and it's not. And again, he doesn't have to do much to be better than Bryson Stott. He's not a world beater.
No. I mean, listen, if Alvarez tips into his power this season, then it's going to be in the column of the Mets at that point. You know what I mean? If he can drive in 25, if he hits 25 home runs this year, it doesn't matter what Bryson Stott does. He's not a power hitter. This is not a guy that's gonna drive in 90 runs. He's just not. Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, look, I think the ceiling for Francisco Alvarez is a lot higher than what Bryson Stott is. You know, I think there's a better chance. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a better chance of like I could say that there's a better chance that Francisco Alvarez is going to have a more impactful season than Bryson Stott does for the Phillies. But if we're just going based off of the baseball player right now,
Yeah,
you got to give it to Bryson, which puts the Phillies in the lead. By the way, should Nicole agree with us?
I think team-wise, I think Bryson Stott does help the Phillies out more than Alvarez if he was here or not here, just because I feel like the Mets is pretty top-heavy with their power and contact, all that stuff. So, I'll go with Stott. Yeah.
Okay.
Just for the time being, at least.
This one may be in the Phillies corner as well. Real Muto against Robert.
Real Muto's done.
He's old.
Yeah, he's done.
He's still good.
Look, he is still good, but look, I think we really need to consider something. Luis Robert was playing in baseball purgatory, was playing in one of the worst situations ever. That man probably could not have cared less about playing baseball playing in Chicago. He's coming to a team with expectations, with Juan Soto, with Francisco Lindor, and the dude is hitting the cover off the ball in batting practice. Like, it sounds like gunshots when this man hits a baseball. You know, like,
true, but Real Muto has been there through the Phillies' deep playoff runs. He's had clutch hits for this team for years.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Did you listen to Philly sports media? Did you listen to Philly fans? I mean, I know they're too busy licking windows and doorknobs, but they were complaining. They were complaining day after day that the Phillies were running it back with the exact same team that failed last year.
Yeah.
Minus Ranger Suarez.
They're not happy about that.
So, like, look, I'm gonna give the nod to Luis Robert on this one simply because that Phillies team last year was not good enough.
Okay,
enough. And they were just like, you know what? Let's just do it again. JT's old, another year older.
Nicole, what do you think? Because I'm going Real Muto. Tom is going Robert. You are the tiebreaker here.
Yeah, I'm going with the Mets on this one. With Robert.
Okay.
Yeah, I was pretty shocked to see, like, because Real Muto got what, a 3-year deal, something like that.
Nobody wanted him.
Yeah,
like he got some decent years when he's kind of been on the down. You know, he's still solid, but he's definitely been on the decline the past.
I think he got one of those legacy contracts from the Phillies, just because what he's done for them, and just like, hey, listen, you've been here, so take this deal right here. We appreciate you. That's what it felt like to me.
Robert won't. Don't say that. Don't say that. He won't. I know he won't. We're gonna get a healthy dose of Tyrone Taylor.
If we can be able to get at least 130 games, 125, 130 games out of Robert, I'll take that.
We're a Mets podcast, and I just had to say the Braves had a better situation than the Mets right now. We need something. We need a little something here.
All right. What do we think about this one? Justin Crawford against Carson.
So Justin Crawford's another young guy coming up. Drafted 2022. I think he's a rookie this year.
I feel like he did have some time, or maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
I think he did. I think he had some time. It looks like he got 440 at bats in 2025. So let me take a look and see let's take a look at what Carson Bench has. Because Carson Bench is the Mets' number 2 ranked prospect. Justin Crawford is the ranked number 3 Phillies prospect. Oh, no, I don't even know if he came up last year, Justin Crawford.
Let's see.
I don't think so.
Nope.
I mean, Bench has a lower average than he did.
He never got called up.
Never got called up?
Okay.
So I think this is a fair we can be homers moment right now.
Yes.
We can absolutely say Carson Bench, because
I mean, if we're gonna compare numbers, I'll just read off his numbers, because this guy is a speed demon.
Yeah.
So he had 7
all
home
Crawford's
runs,
son, right?
47 RBIs, 147 hits, hit 334, had a 411 on base percentage, and had an 863 OPS. This guy is a table setter and a guy that if you're going to put him at the bottom of your lineup, that is a guy that it's basically a double leadoff between him and Trey Turner, right?
Yeah.
So that's his skill set. Carson Bench has the same skill set. Carson Bench is not going to steal 40 bases, probably not, but he's a guy that can be able to give you double 20-20 out the bat. He has that type of power, right? So if you're going to give anybody the nod, and both of them have great on-base percentages as well. They are both very disciplined hitters, especially at the AAA level, at the minor league level. But this is a Mets pod. We are going to give it to Carson Bench. Absolutely.
There we go. That's
Absolutely.
5. That's 5. Pull one ahead of the Phillies.
Yeah, we are definitely going to give it to Carson Bench. I don't care about whose son he is. You're a Philly. We don't care. Okay, we don't care right now. Christopher Sanchez and Freddie Peralta. This is a tough one. Man, this is a tough one.
I know Sanchez is really good, and he come in second place last year, third place. The Cy Young voting.
Sanchez had a great season.
Yeah, I think just for me personally, I think the Mets rotation as a whole is better. So that's my opinion. Who I'm going to pick each round.
Freddie got Cy Young nods last year, didn't he?
I believe he did, but not as much as Sanchez did.
Again, I think it might be negligible.
Man,
I'll take some considerations from the chat, but
he had an 8 WAR as a pitcher last year.
I hate WAR. What's his ERA?
ERA last season was 2.50.
What was Freddie's?
Let's see.
2.7.
2.7. Yeah.
So Freddie came in 5th. Sanchez came in 2nd.
All right, then I guess we have to give it to Sanchez.
Yeah, slight nod.
Yeah. You can't. You know what? If you're gonna finish ahead of him in the MVP candidacy, you're gonna have to give it to Sanchez.
And like I said, you might not be a big WAR guy, but an 8 WAR as a pitcher is insane. That really.
I agree. No, I agree. I could get behind that.
Yeah.
So it's 5-5 currently. Mets Phillies.
Nolan McLean against Jesus Luzardo. That's another tough one.
Again, but the thing is, like, I have really high hopes for McLean. Like, I really love. I could spend an entire day just watching Nolan McLean pitch, just because I love the movement of his pitches. Like that sweeper that he was throwing in the WBC last night was just insane. We say it all the time that he's a freaking, he throws wiffle balls at people.
His spin rate is insane. It really is. Spin rate's insane. Goodness. I've had a trend on this show all night. Track record is everything for me. Nolan McLean doesn't have enough starts for me.
That's true. You did say he was Jacob deGrom last week, though.
I did. I'm sounding like a waffler at this point.
It's okay, dude. I said we should be objective, and I'm already talking about being a homer.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to be objective because it's like, Luzardo had a really good year last year. Like, you know what I mean? He pitched to a
3.9.
3.9, and we just didn't get enough starts out of Nolan.
Yeah, pitched with 3.9 ERA, won 15 games. It's pretty impressive for a guy that was probably was he their second best pitcher last year, third best pitcher last year. So
was he ahead or was he ahead or after Ranger?
I think he was behind after. Ranger.
Yeah.
Behind Ranger. He's going to have to get moved up. He's going to be their 2 starter. That's a little bit more pressure.
Yeah.
Again, we just don't have the sample size out of McLean.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm giving Luzardo the nod here, but slightly.
All right, we'll give it to Philly. 6-5 Philly. David Peterson, Aaron Nola.
Interesting.
Nicole said she's picking all Mets this whole time, which I respect. I respect totally.
Oh man, so it's literally between me and you, Tom.
He was god awful last year, so
he was.
Aaron Nola. Yeah, and good for him. I hate it. Aaron Nola reminded me of what was his name? Phillies pitcher that called the Mets choke artists. Went to pitch in Texas. Oh, that's gonna bother me. I'm gonna have to look that up later. But I'm gonna give it to David Peterson. I'm reneging on my on my let's be objective thing.
Yeah,
I'm going to give it
listen,
to David Peterson. Again, Aaron Nola had a crappy year last year. He's their third
anybody
starter.
pitches to a 6 ERA, I'm going with Peterson. Sorry. As bad as Peterson was, it still wasn't a 6 ERA. That man got shelled last year. You know, can we just move on to the fifth one? Not even close. Taijuan Walker, our scraps. You can go ahead and go over there. I got Clay Holmes here. Not even
Clay
close.
Holmes. Yeah, Clay
Not even
Holmes.
close.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, not even close.
I loved when Taijuan Walker was here. Again, Clay Holmes, I got more faith in him. Taijuan Walker had a rough year last year too, so
yeah.
give me Clay.
All right, the young Andrew Painter against Kodai Senga. Got to give it to Senga here just because there's a track record, right? So I'm giving Senga the nod.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, again, Senga has to do it, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. And when Senga's healthy and on, Senga's good.
Yeah.
Let's hope he can stay healthy and Senga's good. So, I mean, and again, I mean, if we want to be biased, I have a sixth guy there that's just always going to win because all the other teams only have 5 starters. We have 6, so I'm kidding.
Listen, I will tell you this. This kid, Andrew Painter, he's very good.
Well, the Braves are like the Met. I mean, this is the Phillies, duh.
Yeah.
The Braves and the Phillies fine pitching. The Braves fine pitching. The NL East is lousy with pitchers.
It's G Money said I posted the Mets regular schedule on my sports YouTube channel community tab. Excellent fun. Okay, cool. Definitely. I'll definitely check that out, man. Definitely check that out. Yeah, this kid 6'7", throws gas. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. As a baseball fan, I will be watching some Andrew Painter games just on the low. Like I want to see what you got. I want to.
No, you're gonna have. We're gonna have to. But no, I'm with you. I'm gonna take Senga.
Yeah, definitely take Senga. So what's the count?
That Mets win by 2.
Mets win by 2. Okay.
Mets win by 2.
I like that.
You see, I think I'm more hurt about the Braves one simply because of all the like. I feel like we got more scars from the Braves than we do the Phillies.
Yeah, you know where they got us. They got us in the rotation. They got us in the rotation. I believe it was.
They got us a lot in the lineup.
You think so?
they got us a lot in the lineup. We talked ourselves into the Braves a lot in their lineup.
We tried to be objective. We tried to be fair.
We tried. No, I understand. We tried.
All right. We got the Marlins up next. As Tom said earlier, he has no idea who the hell half these players are. So we know where Tom is going.
Yeah, I'm just I don't. Xavier Edwards I know is good, but we'll get there.
Well, obviously we're going to give it to Lindor. Listen, the first 3 we're giving to the Mets. I'm sorry.
Yes.
The first 3 we're giving to the Mets. Stowers is a good player, but he's nowhere near Bo Bichette, Juan Soto, or Lindor. Sorry.
No.
Xavier Edwards, same thing, right? Polanco against Austin Ramirez. Augustin Ramirez, excuse me. Give me Polanco.
Yeah, I'm going to take Polanco. I think that this is the thing that you're going to get a lot with the Marlins is just the Marlins don't have anybody that you get to the rotation maybe a little bit, but they don't have a lot of guys that have done it.
That's going to
No, I will say though, Nicole, I'm sure you agree with me. The Marlins were like one of the best teams in baseball after the All-Star break last year. So
yeah. I was gonna say that. I mean, the Marlins against the Mets is never easy. I was actually speaking with my brothers, and they were saying how they expect the Marlins to be that sneaky team that just kind of wins, even though they're on paper like, who are these players? I think, but just as a whole, looking at it, I think the Mets eat this roster, we never know what this team can do because they just have that chemistry. I feel like always that the Marlins kind of band together. It's like we know that we're not supposed to be good, but we're good somehow, and we win these games. So
there's something in that Florida water, man. The same thing with the damn Rays. They just trot out anybody out there, and all of a sudden they're borderline all-stars. I can't take it. I can't stand it.
The Mets can never beat the Marlins when it matters. Ask John Maine.
Never. Go through the history. It doesn't matter who. Any year we tend to struggle with this damn team. So yeah, Simeon.
Real quick, can I ask a question, Nicole? I'm not expecting you to tell us how old you are. I just need to know. Do you remember John Maine? Are you old enough to remember John Maine?
Yeah, I was gonna say I there was another. It was Mike Pelfrey. I
Okay.
actually met him at a bar, but
Okay.
it was Mike Pelfrey. But
Okay.
no, I was definitely very young. Like I wasn't in the baseball world at that point. I was just observing while I was kind of brought along with my dad. But yeah, I remember.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because I mean, like, I was still in, like, I think I might have been in high school or junior high school. I was still playing like travel team baseball. So like I wasn't an adult yet, but like if you would have been too young to remember John Maine, I was like, I would have felt really old.
That's funny, John Maine.
Sorry, quick trip down memory lane.
No, ain't nothing wrong with that. John Maine is a throwback. Simeon versus Griffin Conine. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might have to give the nod to Griffin Conine here.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah,
we got to give the Marlins something.
Yeah. Otto Lopez, Brett Beatty.
He had some nice games last year.
Yeah,
Lopez, but...
Otto Lopez is pretty talented. Yeah, give me Otto.
Yeah, we'll give it to Otto. Brett Beatty's. This is a prove it year for Beatty. He's got to do it.
Definitely a prove it year for Beatty. Christopher Morel, Francisco Alvarez,
Alvy.
Definitely.
Christopher Morel I think he was supposed to be a top prospect with the Cubs, right?
Yes.
Did not pan out that way.
Did not pan out. Connor Norby, Luis Robert. We going Robert?
I want to. I will say I did see a comment saying a few comments saying there's no way Luis Robert is playing 162 games. I understand that. He's probably gonna get hurt. We're probably gonna platoon a lot of Tyrone Taylor out there. I still think I'm giving it to Robert.
I think, listen, if we get 125, 130 games out of Robert, he still has the potential to hit 25 home runs because he's that talented. So if you can be able to get that type of production in the games that he's giving you, you take it. You take it. You know what I mean? You take it and run with it, honestly.
I also hope that me saying that everybody, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people saying that like he's motivated because he's playing on a real baseball team and not,
right.
You know, that's really gonna.
However, there's you play on a real baseball team, and there's immense pressure that comes with playing in New York. So let's see if he can handle that. Yeah. Benj against Casey. Who we giving it to?
Let's give the kid some more juice going into the season. Give me Benj.
Yeah. Just like Metropolitan Report just said.
Nah, we won't. Can never sleep on the Marlins.
Marlins may be sneaky good this year. Don't sleep. We're not sleeping on them. We already gave them the credit that said that they have guys that on paper don't look like they're great, and they're going to end up being one of the teams vying for a wild card spot. That's just the way they are. They were very good last year, and teams that tend to finish strong in the second half of the years normally tend to kind of make that next stride. So they might be in that realm of making a stride and being really, really consistent next season or this season. Let's see. Rotation. Alcantara versus Peralta.
I think it's Sandy.
Yeah, give me Sandy, man. Give me Sandy. Sandy is great. Yuri Perez, Nolan McLean. Goodness gracious. Yeah. Give me Perez.
I think after that, it's the Mets for me.
Wait, you're saying you're going to take Nolan?
No, I feel like the Marlins 1 and 2 is definitely really good. But after that, I think the Mets eat kind of the Marlins on that.
Yeah. Okay. Remaining. I can get with that. And look, again, Metropolitan Report, I just want to say I totally agree that the Marlins are going to be a sneaky good team. They always are. I'm just not going to sit here a week before the season starts and talk me into the Marlins being a problem for the Mets making the playoffs. If that's what we're really going to do right now, we're going to have a really scary season.
Right. I'm not hyping up everybody over the Mets. I'm not doing that.
No, because there's a reason to be hyped. Like, I mean, I don't even think it should be this close. The Mets are beating the Marlins by 2 right now. I don't even necessarily think it should be that close, but
it's going to stretch out now because I'm giving Peterson an out over Chris.
Oh yeah, 100%. Old buddy.
I think we're chalk on that one. Clay Holmes over Max Myers, definitely chalk on this one as well. and wild card Braxton Garrett that has gas. Give me Kodai Senga over him.
Awesome. Yeah, the Mets beat the Marlins by like 5 on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy.
And I think because we're trying to be respectful in regards to the guys that do have some talent that has been on paper. We're trying to be as objective as possible.
The Mets are a more talented team than the Marlins.
100%.
I understand that the Marlins were really good at the end of last year. Yeah. I understand the Marlins are going to be pesky. The Marlins are always a problem. The Mets have a better team than the Florida Marlins do, or the Miami Marlins do, whatever they want to call themselves.
Yeah, I agree. G Money says Sandy Alcantara is injury prone. I agree with Tom on this one. Alcantara over Peralta is shocking considering the man can't stay healthy. If we're talking about health, did you see the man in the second half of the season? Alcantara was one of the best pitchers in baseball. So if you're going off of recent success, you have to go with that because they thought about trading him. They didn't trade him because they wanted the house for him, because they knew how good he was probably going to be with getting a full year's worth of reps in, and he looked like himself ending the season. Look what the fuck he did to us at the end of the year, right? So
the Mets wanted to trade. There were Mets fans screaming at them to try to trade for him.
We still want him. We still want him. Don't be surprised if the Mets don't go ahead and try to go get him this year as well. But to say that he's not a good pitcher because he had some injuries, the guy showed you that he can be healthy in the second half of the season and dominate like he did in the second half of the season. This is a guy that's won a Cy Young. I'm not like, come on now. This is not a bum. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and look, let's be real. Probably not going to be on the Marlins come trade deadline.
No,
probably not.
I don't see, especially if they're not in contention, I don't see that he's going to stick around this year.
Even if they're fighting for a wild card spot, I could see them just going to trade him just to get as much as they can back because they're not going to pay him.
Yeah. So I don't know what
Mets win though.
I don't know what the hell Metropolitan Report talking about. You bugging.
Look, I appreciate it. Glass half full in this shit. Freddie's gonna be better than Sandy. I'm totally with him. Freddie's gonna be better than Sandy, but objectively looking at it, Sandy Alcantara's really damn good.
That's it. Both guys are good. Somebody got to win. Somebody got to lose. It's just the way it is. Let's go ahead and go to those Nationals. Now, listen, they got a lot of young talent on this team. I like. All right. Yeah. So I might jump out the window here, but let's see what happens. Francisco Lindor against CJ Abrams. Man, oh man, that boy CJ Abrams is special.
Very good.
Give me Lindor though.
Francisco Lindor. Yes.
Yeah, give me Lindor. Juan Soto against James Woods. Ooh, boy, James Woods, boy. I love that kid. 6'7", power. Pretty decent defender, but he's no Juan Soto. Give me Juan Soto here.
Nope. Agreed.
Chalk here on the board. Bo Bichette versus Dylan Cruz. That's another one. That's another good one. Dylan Cruz, very, very talented, but give me Bo Bichette here. We are 3 for 3.
Agree with you.
Jorge Polanco, Luis Garcia. Give me Polanco.
I'll take it. I'm with it.
Nicole?
Yeah, for me, Mets. This whole roster.
I'm with you. Marlins gonna finish last in the division.
Yeah. Dalen, Lyle, Simeon. Give me Simeon.
Yeah, I'll give. I think I'm a little like I guess I'm a little less convinced that Marcus Simeon's definitely going to fully turn it around at the plate. Like I feel like he's just going to be one of those really good clubhouse guys. He's going to be really good defensively, and maybe he'll string together a couple of good hits. But I'll give it to the guy that had MVP nods at one point in his career over Lyle.
Yeah, Metropolitan Report. I need to take your name. We're gonna call you the Nationals Report. You're over here giving up too much props to these Nationals, man. Look.
They might be good one day.
They are gonna be good one day. They got a lot of talent. Just playing with them. Marcus. Oh no, we're at Brett Beatty against Brandon House. Give me Brady. I like Brady House.
Brady, okay.
I like Brady House.
Again, Beatty's got to prove it. He's got to be more consistent.
This one is interesting.
Yeah.
Alvy with Keibert Ruiz. That That's an interesting one. Give me Ruiz on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, give me Ruiz on this one.
I agree. I mean, Alvy's got to do it.
Yeah. Young boy, Munoz against Robert. We're going to give it to Robert here.
I'm with you on that one.
Jacob Young, Carson Benj. What do you guys think? Nicole, what do you think on this one?
Go with Carson Benj. I feel like he has too much. I don't know. For what we've seen, I'm ready to kind of go forward with Benj. So
yeah, I'm gonna lean Benj here.
Yeah, I think. Oh, dang it! Baseball Savant screwed up on me. Yeah, and I think it's just also because Jacob Young really isn't all that impressive for me right now.
Yeah,
I think been around since 2023. Nothing to write home about. I think Ben should have a better season and a better career than this guy. So I'm gonna go. We'll go Carson Benj. So the Mets are up by a lot. Actually, it's 7-2.
It's gonna get worse.
Oh, it's gonna get way worse.
The only guy that I like in this Nationals rotation is Cavalli, and he ain't better than Freddie Peralta. Give me Peralta.
He is. Yeah, I'm with it.
Nolan McLean.
Yep.
We're giving it to Nolan McLean. F the freaking Nationals. Yeah, Nolan McLean.
David Peterson, Foster Griffin.
Yep.
Peterson.
Yep. That's 10.
Jake Irvin ain't. Listen, he got some talent, but given Clay Holmes runs laps around him in regards to talent.
Yeah.
And Zach Little, Senga. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a lot to a little.
So listen, outside of Abrams, Woods, Cruz, House, and Ruiz, those are that's their young core, which they can definitely be good. They're gonna be good for the next 4 years, right? In regards to, like, if they keep growing in the way they're growing and it projects out, they're gonna be contenders. They're just gonna have to spend some money on that rotation, and see how they can be able to catch lightning in a bottle. But they're gonna be around. They're gonna be around for a long time. But the Mets definitely dominate this particular side of the lineup.
I completely agree with you, and I just I feel like I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back when we're done today, and I'm gonna go look at the Braves again and compare it to the Mets. And I'm really just gonna be like, really, are we gonna have this much? I mean, we probably will because it's the Braves. And the Mets
what's the final tally against the NL East? So we lost
the only team that beat out the Mets was the Braves.
Listen, I think that makes sense. I think when you think about the layout of the NL East, you might have Braves, Mets, Phillies, Nationals, and Marlins. That's the way I'm looking at it.
You see what Armand said?
What did he say?
Said Marlins are going to finish third, Braves fourth. There's no way the Braves are finishing in fourth. Armand, I appreciate you. The Braves are going to be.
What he did say, bold take.
Yeah.
So to be fair, that's a bold take. But all right, so
True.
let's make a bold take here. What is the layout for the divisions, or the standings in the divisions for you guys? Nicole, you go first. Bold take.
Bold take. I mean, I think I'm giving it to the Mets this year to take it away. So first place, second place, Braves, third place, Philly. I'll do Marlins fourth, and then Nationals.
Tom?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Mets, Phillies, Braves, Marlins, Nats.
Okay, so both of you guys have the Mets winning the division. I am going Braves just because I there's no way I can trust the Braves to be doing unbrave-like things for two consecutive years.
That's fair. I agree.
You see where it cuts out? So I got Braves, Mets, Phillies, bold take, Nationals, Marlins. I think the Nationals and Marlins, they're going to be closer than you think. And it's not going to be one team that's like the worst. That's like 20 games under, first place. Or I don't think it's going to be that big of a gap. That's just my opinion.
I mean, the Nationals, I like their young core. They have no pitching. They might lose a lot of games because of their pitching.
Yeah.
Phillies,
so
Mets.
Armand has Phillies, Mets, Marlins. Wow.
I could
Listen, put that down, Tom. Put down Armand's prediction, because if he gets it, we're gonna have to send Armand a shirt. We're gonna have to send Armand a shirt, because that right there is a bold take. If that holds up, oh man, that's probably what we'll do. And you guys can be able to put your takes in there. We will take the standings prediction until, I would say, cutoff time would be, what do you guys think? May would be the cutoff.
Yeah.
Do the first month.
First month
of the season. Yeah, you got
first month. You guys have until the first month of the season to get your bold predictions in regards to what you think. If whoever wins it, we will send out a shirt, Queens Get the Money shirt, to whoever wins this. If there's multiple people, then you get multiple shirts. That's just the way it goes. We are a giving show here at Queens Get the Money. Yeah, I like that. I like the fact that you two said, "Hey, damn that Mets are winning the division." I like it. I hope I'm wrong. You know what I mean?
Look,
I just have PTSD when it comes to the Braves. That's all it is.
It's crazy to me that like the Phillies on paper have a really good lineup. They have a really good, and I'm still like mostly scared of the Braves, and the Braves weren't really that good last year.
Yeah.
So, and I've seen in the comments a lot, the Braves do deal with injury a lot. Ozzy Albies gets hurt a lot. Matt Olson, so they do have a lot of question marks. Chris Sale's another year older. Spencer Strider coming off injury. There are a lot of things that, can make you question the Braves, but it's the Braves, man. Like every death, taxes, the Braves are going to screw the Mets.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Along with the Marlins.
Absolutely.
But I don't know. I feel like there's a new vibe in Queens. I'm absolutely letting my homerism come through a little bit. I just like what the Mets are building right now. And I think I don't think it's crazy to say that at the end of the season they could be contending or winning. They better be contending for the division, but could win that division.
I agree.
I don't even think that I even think they could end up being close pitching wise with the Phillies, assuming Nolan McLean can take that step, those steps we saw last year.
Yeah. If Nolan McLean takes the steps that he needs to take, and Senga is who we want him to be, I think the Mets are going to be more consistent than a lot of people. I'm not saying that people are not giving credit, but I think that they will be better than a lot of people think so, because in that sense, again, if you have consistent pitching that is very consistent throughout the year, you can be able to bust up a lot of losing streaks. You probably won't go past a 3-game losing streak just because you have that type of pitching at the top of your rotation. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's where the Mets have a very good advantage when it comes to in the division, in my opinion. Yeah. I think the Mets have the best pitching in the division outside of the Braves.
Yeah.
If not better than the Braves.
If Senga can be what we hope Senga can be and what we've seen Senga be, the Mets can have one of the best top 3 rotations, I feel like, in baseball.
Yeah. 100%.
Like 3 potential aces.
Yeah, exactly.
Team, so, yeah.
Totally.
100%. Final words before we get out of here.
I cannot wait for opening day. Like it should be here tomorrow. I can't wait to get to next week so we can talk about the opening series and talk about like what we're getting ready for. I don't want to. I'm gonna throw this piece of paper out that says the Braves are better than the Mets right now, and I might burn it ceremoniously. But I can't wait. Let's go Mets.
Silent Assassin, what is your final word?
Yeah, very excited for opening day. I feel like it's gonna be a rough one just because we're facing Paul Skeens. So
that dirty bastard. Yeah.
I'm expecting a win just because I'm biased on that, but probably not gonna win, but we'll see what happens. So
I mean, listen, Paul Skeens may end up having 15 strikeouts and the Pirates can't score no runs. So, that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. You know,
Make him feel like Jacob deGrom in Queens.
exactly. That's what basically he was last year. Couldn't score no runs for him. Man was like 1-10 at one point last year.
They did spend a little money
Yeah,
this
it's
year.
crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah.
They did.
They-
They spent like $6. They spent like $6. Yeah, for me, it's just more about same thing you guys said. I'm in lockstep. Like, I just need baseball at this point. I just need them to get going. I will probably be at that Saturday game. Then they're giving out the replica 86 championship rings.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, for the first 15,000 that get in. So I'll be kicking over some kids and some grandmas to be able to get in there. Be able to get
as you should.
Rings. It's mine. I was here. Okay. Could you give it to little Jimmy? Absolutely not. He wasn't alive. Okay?
Get it on, you can get it on eBay.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't even know they existed back then. It's mine. Okay.
Yeah.
I got one in my drawer actually. They gave me that in 2016, I think.
Oh, you
for
got
that
one?
anniversary.
If I don't get one, I'm coming to steal yours. So
take it.
Yeah. But listen, we're all excited about the Mets' upcoming season. All Met fans, all Met creators. It's been great to just watch all content out there. I'm going to continue to watch as much content as possible. Continue to watch us as well as we grow throughout the season. And we're going to have a lot of fun, man. We're going to be at the games. We're going to try to go to as much games as possible. We're going to break down and give our opinions, show some emotion. I'm going to probably lose my shit a couple of times this season. So, that's just the way it goes. But, we appreciate everybody that's in here. And
I got one more thing. I got one more thing. Okay, I might hate this.
Yes.
But I think as a show, we should film it for content. When we go to one of these games, we do the 999.
Yes, I like that.
We get the box. So in case you guys didn't see, the Mets are selling the 999 box. It's 9 mini hot dogs and 9 beers in a box, and you finish them obviously before the game ends. I say we do it for content. We all just get a 999 box and probably feel like crap later in the day.
Listen, I will do it for my buddies on the show, and I will do it for content, of course. And I'll do it because got 9 beers in there. Why not? Okay.
Why not?
Why not? So yeah, I'm definitely down. I already know who's gonna tap out first. It's gonna be lightweight in the middle here.
Yeah, I mean, the beers might get to me very quickly, so I gotta prep myself.
I'll help you out. Don't worry about it.
We'll make sure we Uber our home. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. Until next week, because next week is going to be an interesting show as well. We'll come up with some interesting things. Obviously, we'll have a locked in team and rotations and all this other stuff, so we can be able to kind of hone in on that. So Armand says my first game is April 30th. Oh, nice, going against the Nats. Okay, cool. Listen, I may just be there as well. We may just end up going there too, Armand. So you might end up seeing us there, man. We'll see. If anybody ain't got nothing else to say, let's go Mets. Till next week. Stay safe. Stay cool. Peace.